Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast, episode 580. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris L. What's up, Chris?
Good evening / good morning.
What's up, Connor Farley?
Hello.
Gloria?
Hello.
James?
Alonzi.
Mike D?
The TARDIS and I are here.
Scott, the blind dyslexic?
Greetings and salutations.
All right, so what do you have, Connor?
Today, the Doctor Who Instagram / Twitter posted a picture of Yuri Gagarin, the first man in space. And in the picture, there was a tiny TARDIS in the sky. And they basically just wrote a load of crap about Yuri Gagarin. But it's led to mass speculation that episode 3 and 4 is going to be either a Gagarin scary episode based around his mission into space, or it's going to be a pre-Gagarin space mission that we never knew about that was wiped from history.
Wow. That's interesting.
Apollo mission movie they put out a few years back.
Now, why would that be? With the doctor's involvement or something else that they, the government would, in the episode would just cover up?
Probably the government. It could have an involvement with the Doctor. He seems to have an impact on a lot of historical events.
Right.
And this would be in the year 1961 if they're going by Gagarin's orbit of the Earth.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually a really good episode idea because they haven't really done the space race, or at least the early parts of the space race, properly. So it'd be good. I think that would be really good. And then the second bit of news is that the girl who died, that features Maisie Williams and Rufus Hound, is probably going to be either multi-historical, so it's going to have various different historical time periods in, or it's going to be Viking.
Wow.
I'm hoping for multi. It's
Yeah.
like this sounds smooth, but still the whole multi.
Sounds like some good episodes are being planned this season.
I like the idea of the multi, time.
And the two-parters.
Sorry?
I wish they would do a 10-year anniversary thing, though, on the TV show. Bring back, like, David Tennant again, Matt Smith, to hang out with Peter Capaldi for at least one episode.
Yeah.
Just celebrate 10 years of Who.
It would have been nice to have a 10-year anniversary, but, I mean, all these two-parters, it makes you wonder, we could have a fantastic season just because it's a longer story to tell.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, man.
In a way, it's like it itself is like a special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who knows? They may even try to secretly slide in one of the past Doctors.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's close to the anniversary of its 10th year anyway, so.
yeah. Or bring back Tom Baker as the curator.
I mean, yeah, we were doing our.
Yeah.
Mike D had his watcher curator theory, which was fantastic.
Oh,
So he's supposed to be like some familiar faces, Him, bring back like a Peter Davison.
He turns.
Back then.
He's got his birthday either today or yesterday.
Yep, 64, I think now.
That's pretty cool.
Or bring back Peter McGann. I mean, Paul McGann.
Didn't Peter Davison do the sequel to the 5 Doctor-ish that he did with the 50th? Didn't he do like another one?
He's doing another one. He's not.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it won't happen.
It's not. It's,
With Matt Smith.
he's doing it for what? For this November or?
No, he'll probably just release it at some time during the year, either this
Maybe
year.
Comic-Con.
Oh, okay. Right. So Peter Davidson, 64, right?
Yeah.
What other birthday? Peter Capaldi's going to be?
Peter Capaldi is going to be 57 on Tuesday.
Wow.
So happy birthday to the best doctor ever.
Happy birthday.
What?
Birthday.
Really?
Give me time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can already tell he's going to be absolutely brilliant. He's going to
No,
knock the
David
socks
Tennant
off
did a
his way.
whole lot now.
I'm with you there, Connor. I agree.
A place in my heart as number
Give me
one.
time. Give me time. Any day of the week.
Even though I'm a big Paul McGann fan, I'm definitely starting to like Capaldi as my favorite.
Okay.
I also like Paul McGann a lot too.
I
Yeah.
want to see Paul McGann come back for like an episode, him and Capaldi in an episode. I think that'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
But seriously, Capaldi rarely has a doctor ever kind of given so much hope that they're going to be among the greatest in their first series.
Maybe.
Normally it's by the second, maybe David Tennant, but by the second, then you start to kind of see signs of maybe that this doctor's going to be, considered among the Tom Baker kind of class of doctors. But Capaldi's just not.
David Tennant already in that category.
Yeah, I like David
Him and
Tennant.
Tom Baker are like two of the favorite doctors.
Yeah.
What I would love to see is them start bleeding the Valyard a little bit further into the episodes or the series, because this is supposed to be around the time old Mr. Valyard makes his appearance.
Yeah.
The Great Intelligence mentions him, so.
Yeah. Yep. That'll be odd.
So the universe kind of knows well, some people in the universe kind of know of the Valyard's existence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's coming.
I wonder if they'll save that for like whenever the doctor because he's supposed to be in between what two regenerations? This one and
The 12th and final. So it could be now. It could be 10 years from now. It could be 40 years from now.
Well, you got a new set of regenerations, though. That's what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. It could be the 12th and final. So
no,
we don't know what the final
I
could
didn't
be.
hear what you said. You my computer froze. It was between 12 and what?
The 12th and final,
Okay.
which means could be the 57th.
Yeah.
Like we don't know.
No, but what I was gonna say was like if they ever have the doctor regenerate into a woman, like maybe like something will go wrong and there'll be like two doctors or something, and one of them will become the Valyard.
That's what I think will happen eventually. Something could happen, and maybe there's too much regeneration energy and splinters off, and like all the evil just creates the value. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Would be or something.
If the one time he turns into a woman, the woman is the Valyard.
Call
That
that
would piss so
double
many
jeopardy.
people off, though.
And
Yeah,
he's
double jeopardy.
is also able to regenerate because that will show, how he shows up at the trial of things as a man.
Right.
See, but with regeneration, it's a given because he never did stay in school long enough, to control his regeneration. So whatever he turns into, it's random.
Yeah.
Like the rest of them can change it to whatever they want to, woman or male.
Well, we had that discussion the other day about the Watcher-Curator theory, and we don't really know how much control the Doctor would have, maybe with the Watcher's influence over his regeneration.
Yeah, and we actually came up with a logical reason as to why the Doctor might have more control than we actually think in the regeneration process.
Or that he's even aware of, with the help of the Watcher. With the whole thing about the Watcher helping to transition Doctor Number 4 to Doctor Number 5, and why we have the Curator showing up later. And like if we make the connection that the Watcher and the Curator are the same character, that would make some more sense as far as like why we have this character from Fires of Pompeii that looks like the current Doctor, why we had the guard Maxwell that Colin Baker played in Arc of Infinity looking like the Sixth Doctor.
Yeah.
And we've got the second Romana resuming
And plus, he was on like a Torchwood, doing another Earth.
Yeah.
we were talking about how possibly the Watcher could have a lot more influence and be some sort of version of the Doctor, like maybe his final state of being is more like an entity rather than a physical individual that actually is able to kind of go back and touch his earlier selves throughout time, the time stream, and influence these regenerations when, in certain avenues when they need to be done.
Right.
Like for example, Capaldi, there's a reason that in Deep Breath, obviously, he's like, this looks familiar to me. This face, he's looking at himself in the mirror.
Yeah.
So they're really going out of their way to allude to something that they haven't really covered yet, as far as like why he looks like this person who was in Fires of Pompeii.
Do you think that they will answer that this year? Do you think they'll answer that this year, or they'll wait till next year?
I think, if anything, whenever they decide to discover Gallifrey or rediscover Gallifrey or whatnot, that maybe that would be something that a component of the storyline that they could incorporate into the overall story arc for that particular season. Now, whether that's this season, which I doubt, or another season, which I think they're laying the groundwork to kind of like put the puzzle pieces back together, not this season, but maybe the following season.
Yeah, I think next season. Yeah.
Yeah, they could like leave it on a cliffhanger or something,
Yeah, because if it the show Babylon 5, they did like an overall story plan, for example, where there were things that happened in like the first season that you had to wait till like season 4 or season 5 for it to actually make sense. What like some things that you saw, like they would show a character that would just show up out of thin air and then disappear, and they would never explain what that was all about, and it was a mystery. But then, like in season 4, they had like a sort of a time displacement story where one of the characters actually went back in time to what was going on in season 1. So if they plan it that way, I mean, who knows what the writers of the series now and Doctor Who are doing? They could be setting up situations where the payoff's going to be in further seasons down the line.
Have an overall arching storyline. I got you on that.
Like Moffat.
Sorry. Yeah, Glory.
I was just going to ask, do any of you think that they're going to answer any of the questions that they did answer during the Matt Smith Christmas special? Because there were still some left up in the air.
What?
Such as?
Off the top of my head, I can't think of them at the moment, but like...
Clavarian? What?
More of Clavarian, but then there were some other smaller ones too, but I can't think of them.
The voice of TARDIS, how did they project in Avatar, Ganger, outside the universe, like what kind of help did they have?
Basically, no, they're not going to answer that. It's all gone.
No, Stephen Moffat just told them he just put too many throwaway plots.
People who ask Stephen Moffat that stuff, he pulls out a neuralizer and goes, "You don't remember that? It was all Stephen Moffat's idea."
Yeah.
Or that really sucks, by the way, and it's very poor writing when you build up an expectation in the fan base and you run these themes throughout like multiple series story arcs, and then to have a toss away, Deus Ex Machina sort of explanation for why something gets tied up that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, or like a few lines of dialogue, like, well, why did this happen? Well, they broke off from the church and they tried to kill you. Well, how did they do this? Well, that's not important. Yes, It is important. You need to tell us.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because you guys have told us this is going to be important. Pay attention to it. So we are paying attention to it. We're considering it important because you told us as much in the story, and then you just kind of throw us a bone that's like really not much of anything as an explanation. That's bullshit.
It's like you mentioned the silence in season 5. You mentioned the silence in season 5. You show us the silence in season 6. You talk about the friggin', you still don't know what the hell they are in season 7. And then in the friggin' The Time of the Doctor, they're priests.
Exactly.
That was the thing, too. Like, especially having a character that we've never seen before, that none of us really care about, show up and tell him this stuff. It's like, well, who are you?
Yeah,
where were you when we were asking this question?
Who the hell is that? It's like, oh yeah, I know the Doctor. Like, we kind of like...
I can fly the TARDIS for no reason at all. Like... Why? Why can you fly the TARDIS? Tell us, Moffat, tell us.
It's like that, exactly. Things like that. That's one of the things that I couldn't think of on the top of my head. Things like that pissed me off. I was like, come on.
Oh, and I want to know why the TARDIS broke. Because every time they get a new doctor, don't the TARDIS kind of regenerates itself too?
Yeah.
Like go to what kind of.
Which kind of shapes itself around the doctor's
exactly.
personality.
Exactly.
Yeah, personality. And also, he switched it out after Rory and Amy left because he was a Morning, and being in the same one would make him think about them. So.
Yeah.
There, I use the term Deus Ex Machina, and you see that like referred to with writing, and just so that viewers who aren't aware of what that means, the term's an unexpected power or event saving a seemingly hopeless situation, especially as a contrived plot device in a play, novel, or story. So that's what we're referring to if you ever hear that term.
Yeah.
It just
and it's also an animated show out there.
As I said before, Moffat cannot finish.
He's not a good closer.
He's not a good closer.
He starts out all great and even develops it a little good in the middle, but then he drops the ball there.
It seems like Moffat would work better if he had someone that he could work with whose strengths lie in closing, basically. I mean, because Moffat's
Neil Gaiman.
That person is not Mark Gatiss. Anyone who says Mark Gatiss, that is not the person that should work with Moffat.
We don't need period piece every friggin'.
I don't even think it needs to be somebody who works on the show. I agree with Mike. If Moffat had somebody who he could throw ideas off of, and then they could kind of wrap up and tie the loose ends and make sure everything made sense and was logical.
But Chris, don't you realize that he had that? Russell T. Davies checked his work.
I know.
That's why we got the best episodes ever. There is nobody that has the balls.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it doesn't have to be like, and it doesn't even have. What I'm saying is, it doesn't even have to be like a big name writer. If it could just be somebody who could come on the show and be like, hey, let's.
Never happen because of the ego.
Somebody it's as simple as this, okay? If Moffat can remove his ego and do what's best for the show, if he could step back and say, you know what, I know where my strengths are, and that's great. We respect and love you for that, Stephen Moffat. But the thing is, like, at some point you have to, like Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry said, one must know what their limits are.
Right.
You know, like everyone's not great at everything. You need to be able to lean on your strengths. And if you're the showrunner, then that means you must employ someone who is the strength there where you're not, that you can lean on for the betterment of the show. This isn't about the betterment of Stephen Moffat. It's about this ongoing, legendary franchise.
Right.
Of the show,
it's like I watched Darkwater the other day, right?
Perfect.
I could watch Darkwater, right?
Perfect, yeah.
I can't fucking watch Death in Heaven.
Yes, agreed.
Okay?
Agreed.
I know.
For the fucking, excuse my language, for the life of me, watch Death in Heaven fucking period.
Wow.
Okay? I could watch. I'm watching Darkwater. I said, fuck it. I put it on, and I'm watching Clara like, I love you, and then he dies, and it's like, holy crap! First 5 fucking minutes, Danny Pink's dead.
Well, I got a question.
And they didn't even show it. What made it so bad? They didn't even show it.
I got a question here, real quick, to get back to what we were talking about with Stephen Moffat and like where people's strengths lie. Philip Hinchcliffe, like that was considered the golden age of Doctor Who. Who was the producer at that time?
Philip Hinchcliffe.
Okay, so he was the producer. So
who was the script editor?
Okay, well, see that like either of those two people, I'm sure, are not. They probably don't have their ego at a point to where like Moffat has right now, because like those two people learn to work together and lean on each other's strengths with things, with running the show and then writing on the other end of things, and some variant in between. But it seems like Moffat's just kind of just saying, hey, this is how we're going to do it. This is my vision for this, and like Joe said before, he won't let writers write without coming over and look over their shoulder and take out his highlighter and highlight things and mark shit out, you know?
If Russell T. Davis, hold on, Corey. If Russell T. Davis was the showrunner and worked on Moffat's script for Angels Take Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
He would say, first of all, he'd say, you're going to have the Doctor leave the Angel in New York so they become all-powerful and have this shit happen all over again? Why would you fucking leave the Angel there just chilling?
Davies would make it worse because he wrote Doctor Who. Not saying that it was terrible, but he
wouldn't make it worse because you want to know why Blink was under Davis.
He wrote it like a soap opera. Come on.
No, I'm talking about what I'm talking about is I'm talking about Moffat under Davis. So now I'm saying that Empty Child, Doctor Dances, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, Blink, Girl in the Fireplace, completely freaking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Russell T. Davis just giving the input and telling him. I'm not talking about characterization. I'll be talking about. Do you really think you need to have? You just established that they have to look at the angel, then they can't move. Do you really need to have the Statue of Liberty angel for dramatic effect?
That's absurd. Yes.
Do you really need to have the Doctor not give a shit and leave an angel in there? Do you really need to have the Doctor not care that he can't travel someplace in New York? Because the Doctor would spend like seasons just trying to figure out how to travel there. He wouldn't just leave it.
Like, here's the thing, though. I kind of see where Connor is coming from, because, and like I said, I know this is kind of like off topic there, but if you watch Russell T. Davis's main work, his atmosphere for the show, in my opinion, doesn't fit Capaldi's Doctor and some of those.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, okay, the freaking Cybermen were doing the freaking Macarena. Like, she did the whole shit.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Do a happy birthday dance. What the fuck was that?
I know. Death in Heaven was a horrible episode. Nobody's disagreeing with that. It's just... I honestly think that if
you really want to do The Walking Dead, but you can't do The Walking Dead, okay?
If Moffat just had somebody that could just help him with the endings, I think that things would make a lot more sense. Because I'm tired of having lines of dialogue be the reveals of these things. I'd rather just see something happen and then make that the main point.
And let's get more of the Barry Letts, Philip Hinchcliffe sort of Stephen Moffat, and less of the John Nathan Turner sort of Stephen Moffat.
Pandora opens, yes. The Big Bang, no. Okay? That is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure crap. Writing notes to yourself in the past to help you, get out of prison in your dad's prison and whatever. Like in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, he stole that from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was a spoof of Doctor Who. So you bit off yourself. I mean, it's ridiculous. So
no, they fly around in a telephone booth. Exactly. I'm proud of
and the Doctor dying in front of himself is the the time traveler's wife.
Yeah.
So that's and meeting out of order. That's time traveler's wife, right? So that's ridiculous. He cannot finish shit. Okay, that's the problem. How Peter Capaldi cannot remember Madame de Pompadour is bullshit.
That's exactly.
No.
Well,
you can remember Pompeii. Well, you can know that your face is familiar from Pompeii, but you can't remember Madame de Pompadour.
What episode was that in, Joe?
Deep Breath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
he first regenerated.
The thing, the sister ship or whatever.
He probably knows who Madame de Pompadour is now, but he was in post-regeneration crazy mode.
All right.
That was the whole point in the way.
Another plot device from Moffat, right? Why is Missy grabbing all these people and plucking them at a time? Why is she wasting time putting them in the Nevosphere if we've never seen the people from Into the Dalek or Deep Breath appear in the last episode? Where the fuck are they?
Well, I mean, again, that circles back to the main point. Moffat can't end things because there's so many things that they could have done with that. that could have been like jaw-dropping aspects of the episode. Amy and Rory coming out of their graves as Cybermen. Holy shit, you know.
Exactly.
And another thing, how does Unit go into the Nethersphere or go into where the Doctor came out of?
There's Mom coming out of her grave.
Or her being like, hey, remember when you were in your previous incarnation? I've been doing this throughout your whole previous incarnation. So everybody who died when they were helping you, like saving River and stuff, they're all here
On
too.
my back. Yep.
Holy shit, you know, but they didn't do that. It was like, no, we're going to be conservative for once.
That's why a good twist would be
Or
if...
show the Master regenerate into Missy, you know, bring John Sims back for a regeneration thing, show him regenerating into Missy. I mean, we didn't see that.
That's why it would be a good twist if they, if Missy said that she was responsible for Amy and Rory's death. Because...
Why? Did she put the angels there?
Yeah, which
that
I
would
think
certainly make sense because we never found out how they got there. So it's like...
Yeah, and they travel on ships all the time.
And she put Clara and the Doctor together, so it's entirely possible that she could be responsible for...
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that they weren't in the grave.
Who?
Amy and Roy.
Their names were on it.
It doesn't matter. So you could write names on the grave.
Well, unless they, but here's the thing though, unless they go back and do something like that, you can't say that because that's just speculation.
You could just say that Amy is a soothsayer in Pompeii, and there's a bigger storyline with Amy and Rory where she's out of time in Pompeii, tied in with the Peter Capaldi thing as a soothsayer. You could play that off too.
You saying Gloria?
Karen Gillan for age.
Or
Wait, Gloria's trying to say something. Hold on a minute.
They have the whole PS thing, which was an extra scene they didn't film, but Arthur Darvill was like doing the reading the letter, or voiceover.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to happen that way.
Yeah, and their son brought it, so he would know they're dead.
Yeah, but look, I didn't see it filmed.
Yeah.
I know that they did that. That's bullshit. They could do something different. And how do you just not tell Brian that Amy and Rory are dead? That's bullshit too.
Exactly.
I'm shocked he didn't go and tell him.
That's fucked up, honestly.
That could have been a really emotional scene that they could have done really well.
No, they
didn't do it. Like
Angels in Manhattan.
Stephen Moffat. Blame Stephen Moffat.
See, there's good things about the episode. I do like the episode Dangerous Take Manhattan. I just didn't like certain things they did in it. But I do like the episode. My problem is, like, the whole purpose was for you to defeat the angels where they wouldn't become that powerful. Well, if you leave a friggin' angel left, they're going to become that powerful again. So why are you leaving it there? That makes no sense.
It became a fixed point or something, didn't it?
I don't know what the hell it became.
I do think that Missy was the one that was responsible for the angels being there.
No, that would be a cool thing to explain.
Because like I said before, that was something that always confused me. I just said, so wait, why are they there? And is nobody explaining why they're just kind of there?
And why is River going back in time to tell them, hey, you got to put this in the book?
Investigating them and stuff.
And zap out of there.
Investigating a detective agency. Why is she like? What made her do that? Was there like some adventure that inspired that? I mean.
Well, supposedly, right, in theory, she could hear the angels because her mother was almost an angel. Okay? And in time of angels. So
a lot about that.
Yeah, so she has
another thing about Clara being tied with River Song, when they stopped the Dream Link or something, they were still together. So
yeah.
So what is going on with it?
From the library. I think she saved her from the library.
I think Missy read of the library. Maybe Missy has connections with the library.
You know what? You know what'd be cool too? We never found out how Kovarian and her chapter blew up the TARDIS. Wouldn't it be weird if Missy was the one who gave them the device that blew up the TARDIS or something?
Probably.
That would be
makes sense.
Yep.
Because you can't tell me that they just strapped a bunch of C4 to the control console and just blew it up. I mean, that's not going to fly with me.
Yeah, you'll see at the end of the finale. You'll see Madame Kavarian.
Only somebody special can get in it hard. Even
you'll see in the finale Madame Kavarian appear on screen with Missy.
It will probably turn out that Missy killed Ellie Oswald on the same day that Rose met the Doctor, which dates back to season 1.
No, I would explain it that the Autons killed her.
But if Missy killed her, it would make more sense then why Clara and why she would want Clara and the Doctor together.
Well, if it was the Autons and Clara found out about it, she would leave the Doctor probably.
Or what if this? What if this shocking twist? What is Clara is Missy's daughter?
Oh my God.
That would not work.
That would be screwed up. But
that would be on par with that awful travesty that was the Doctor's daughter.
That just would not be cool.
But we talk about Stephen Moffat here, and it's not beyond the realm of belief.
That's true. Anything's possible.
According to him, he said that Madame Kavarian's returning. He said.
Yeah.
He did say that. He did say that.
Who needs a new showrunner? I'm serious. Doctor Who needs a brand new showrunner. Stephen Moffat.
Usually he doesn't lie about bringing people back, though. Like if he says, yeah, they're coming back, they do come back.
But you could have left when Matt Smith left.
I don't think you can have two strong female characters. Well, I'm not saying that Kavarian is in any way strong, but
why does Kavarian hate his guts so much? What the hell did he do to her?
I don't know.
A war against you. Like what?
That was just like, what did you do, man?
I just think having Missy and Kavarian in the same narrative.
I love that. I would friggin' love that.
It would be
bring back Colonel Runaway. Bring him.
I would just make it where she'd be like, okay, I did this work for you, Missy. Now tell me who I really am. And then she has to fob watch it. Oh, you're the Ronnie, by the way. Here you go. That would be fantastic.
Ronnie? Oh my God. Oh.
Missy deserves her own kind of attention, not something that's shared with Kavarian.
I would like shared.
It would be kind of freaky, like if, in the episode Mark of the Ronnie, when the Master and the Ronnie were together, if they hooked up and Clara's like their kid, and then the Master regenerated into Missy, so Missy's really her dad, but also her mom.
Well, think about it. What if she's Susan?
Who?
Clara.
Clara's not.
If Clara was Susan, you might as well just end the whole show.
Well, first of all, it can't be because
Clara's not Doctor Who.
First of all, we need to find one thing out, okay?
This is like becoming Days of Our Lives. It's like a soap opera.
Did the Doctor have a daughter that had a daughter, or did he have a son that had a daughter?
That's what I was always wondering.
The Doctor had a brother. I know they had a brother.
Thank God it's not the Master.
Well, what happened to him?
I heard about that.
Wasn't he older or something? Older brother or younger?
Well, he's definitely not the Master.
Yeah.
Where was that reference?
Brother.
Where was
I'm not sure about the gender of the child.
That was in Doctor's Wife. He said he had a brother, right?
Yeah.
Clara.
No.
Granddaughter.
He said the Doctor's daughter. Doctor's daughter.
Doctor's daughter.
Yeah, and Clara said it in Death in Heaven as well.
Yeah.
When she was trying to fool the Cybermen, but failed.
But only two people in the world know the Doctor's name, Clara and River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clara.
That connection again. That's
So
weird.
Susan wouldn't know that?
No.
Yeah, Susan probably. I don't know.
His granddaughter wouldn't know his name, really.
Well, she's not a grandfather, but would she know his real name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty
They're
sure.
blood relatives.
Might,
so.
yeah.
You wouldn't know your grandparents' name?
No, he has a secret. He had a secret that nobody really knew.
Does
They
Susan?
all got secrets. So what is the Master's real name? Yeah, I know it ain't the
Well,
Master's.
David Tennant said it best. The only person who would ever know my real name is someone that,
The Master's real name's Stephen Moffat.
meaning that someone he was in love with.
Yeah.
Stephen Moffat is the Absorber Lock.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Oh
I
my
was
God.
so upset they didn't never.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
That was another thing. I was so upset that they didn't reveal what it was I mean, yes, like you said, it has to be someone he's in love with, but like the whole thing with the whole context of that scene in the Silence and the Library Force of the Force of the Dead, he's like, there's only one time he can't. It's like, oh, come on. I want to see that moment. I mean, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, what the wedding, the river song? Oh, my name. Look into my eye. Look into my eye, River.
Yeah, it doesn't tell her.
And then there's that moment in Let's Do Hitler. He said something, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sure she knows."
I mean, how did Amy and Rory not realize that males with their daughter, Melanie, males, is obviously right there in your face. So.
I know.
How Stephen Moffat get away with that?
Series 6 makes me shook.
Perfect example of Doctor Who timey-wimey.
Oh, what pissed me off was the Curse to the Black Spot. Curse of the Black Spot. Oh yeah, the TARDIS travels in alternate realities. We wouldn't even know it. Like, what are you talking about? When did that happen? Just regularly like that?
The only good episode of Series 6 was Night Terrors, and that was coincidentally written by a certain Matt Gatiss, who was about as shit as a donkey.
Damn.
Yep.
God, I'm starting to show my age because, like, I remember Doctor Who when it wasn't a soap opera. It was like the Doctor and his companion went like on an adventure, and stuff happened, and they fought a bad guy, bad woman, whatever, the Daleks, Cybermen, and
I also clearly remember, like, the Master trying to tell the Cybermen what to do, and like the 5 Doctors, and they whipped out a gun and said,
tried to blast.
Sorry, we're going to tell you what to do.
One of them was kind of funny how he finds all those little paths in the 5 Doctors that finds that little path, and then what does he do? He comes around the side of the checkerboard afterwards.
Yeah.
Basically.
Why does it, like, Capaldi should have gone and, like, acquired a Raston robot and then come back in that, like, the last series finale and just had the Raston robot blast all the Cybermen away, yeah?
The Rastons
Or bring back K9. Or bring back
K9. They were never used again.
What
I'd
people
love
don't understand.
to see K9 come back, actually. That'd be cool.
And what people don't understand is, at the end of the episode of Death in Heaven, Danny Pink's like, yeah, I'm in the Nethersphere. Okay, and I'm gonna send somebody over. But, like, he's still in the friggin' Nethersphere, people.
Oh, fuck the
Nether. He's not dead. He's not fucking dead.
Good, let him stay there.
He's in there with all these other hoopers.
Well, I thought they
You've got the freaking the clockwork droids, the freaking the guy from the security guard from
the less he's in the show, the better.
It was dying though.
The only thing that Danny Pink was good at was pissing off Capaldi.
Danny Pink was the most boringest character that appeared every 5 seconds, for just like 5 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. Just put him in a damn episode and have him travel.
Hold on. Let's be fair. He did a better job being a Cyberman than he did in Human. We can't agree on that now.
James, there's one thing I could tell you. He's a military man. You mean to tell me he's not going to be aware to cross the damn street?
Exactly. Talking on the cell phone. Exactly. Really?
Really? The guy leaked over.
He didn't even show it.
I just blame Clara for that. Who calls someone up like that and is like, I just want you to know I love you, and I'll never say that to anybody else again without having a reason for saying that.
Right, and he says, could I wait till I get home?
Princess Leia moment.
He said, could I wait till I get home?
You say that Danny Pink is a military man and that he should have been aware that he was on a main road.
He flipped over the robot in Caretaker. The trajectory, he mapped it out in his head. He actually flipped over the robot with perfect precision. Okay?
He killed a kid who was wearing a football jersey.
That's a different story. That was a different story.
But I mean, Joe, in all fairness, James Bond's not James Bond every moment of his life. I mean, like, he can be caught off guard sometimes, just like Danny Pink can. Just because he's in the military doesn't mean anything.
I mean, he's just going to cross the street and get hit by a car.
That shit happens all the time.
After getting a phone call like that, I mean, I think like Jason Bourne would have gotten all caught off guard with that. I mean,
He was probably like, "Hey, I'm getting married," and he got killed. Like, "I'm getting married," and boom.
I think his last words were, "Wait, are you pregnant?"
Yeah.
What?
Well, the baby ain't got no daddy.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But answer your question.
Well, Gloria's feeling better now.
Is she on crack? Because she wrote all this stuff. She wrote all this stuff to talk about Danny Pink. Did you really want to talk to Danny Pink about a dinosaur and also Jenny from Madame Vastra? Like, what are you doing with Jenny?
But it was.
Wait. What do you?
Line up her.
Wait. No, wait.
Lesbian
Wait a
shit.
minute. What do you have Jenny's name on a post-it that you want to talk to Danny Pink about?
Because Clara loves Jenny.
I guess so. What the hell does that have to do with their relationship?
Uh-oh.
No, it's because Ben wanted to know everything, so I suppose that...
On the Column of the Dialects, her echo, Oswin. I mean, she was bi. She's CFC.
I guess.
See, I think we'd be more apt to see Rory be the one that got run over by the car. Like if you switched out like Clara and Danny with like Rory and Amy. Like
but Rory was like the Kill Kenny character
pushed out
on Doctor Who, though. He died about every episode.
I just for some reason
pushed out.
For some reason
Roman time.
For some reason I expect to see Rory just show up and not age.
I would pay
the master's kid or
a
something,
cheeky
then?
amount of money to see Missy vaporize Rose.
Oh hell no.
Oh.
Ooh.
Never happened.
It ain't gonna happen. That'd be like her trying to kill Martha Jones. It ain't gonna never happen.
No, but Martha's actually good. Rose, apart from series 1.
Come on, man. I like
Well,
Rose.
wait. What if?
Rose was okay. She had moments of like annoyingness, but she was okay.
She was awesome the first time.
What if Martha came back for a season with Capaldi? You
Oh,
that'd be nice.
That would be fine with me.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Donna with Capaldi.
Actually, hold on. The original plan was that was supposed to happen with. She was supposed to appear in an episode for Regeneration. I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it David Tennant or was it Matt Smith?
Matt Smith?
She was supposed to appear and ease in the Regeneration or something.
Yeah, it's Matt Smith because everybody's around and they changed
Originally, they changed it.
Even there, and she blows a kiss, and all of them are all around.
She was supposed to appear in the beginning of that.
Yeah. Bring Mickey back. Bring Mickey back.
I was going to say that would be cool. That would be cool if because of the way that Martha left the doctor. Remember, she just walked out on him. That would be cool if, Capaldi shows up and she doesn't recognize him as the doctor, and then, James was saying, you got Mickey, you could have Mickey pop in during that season, too, and Martha, because Martha was a cool character.
She was.
Have a Mickey and Danny spin-off.
A Mickey and what?
Mickey and Danny spin-off.
Oh, gee.
Have two of the blandest characters in the show.
Well, I gotta tell you this.
Yeah, but they can make Mickey cool.
How much? I'll tell you right now. I bet you right now that what's the guy Orson Pink?
Yeah.
I bet you he shows up.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Who
I
cares
bet you
about
this. No, I'll tell you why. He goes back to his time, right? And he finds out he doesn't exist. And he's like,
Because Clara gotta be pregnant. She gotta be pregnant.
No. He goes back to his time and he finds out he don't exist no more. Like he was erased. So technically, he could survive without being
Wouldn't that be a
erased.
paradox?
I like Mickey and I like Danny, actually, those characters. I think that the way that they were written was kind of a bit dismissive for the most part, but they could actually be really cool characters,
Danny Pink could be a good character. Yeah.
I mean, Mickey was actually showing some cojones when they towards the end of his whole run.
Well, Mickey became Ricky basically. I mean, Ricky in the alternate universe was tough.
In the alternate Earth,
he was tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey in that Cybermen 2-parter. Oh my God.
What about the?
But they had to make him bump. They had to make him that way though to accentuate the Doctor's heroic qualities.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like, bring. I want them to have like some character come in there that's not like some sort of pseudo love interest. Like get like a younger male character in there with Capaldi, somebody that's
what
got
about
like.
Donna Noble?
I think that's why Rory and
Donna Noble would work.
it got old real quick with them because it's like, oh, he's traveling with with the two lovey doves, and that got old.
Exactly. It's like the fucking Love Boat or something. I mean, like have like Jamie McCrimmon was one of the best companions in the whole series.
And the longest running, the female, he was the male.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we haven't had a male companion in forever. Must be at least Turla or something that was the last.
I thought they were going to do a storyline.
But yeah, Rory.
I thought they were going to do a storyline where the Doctor finds out that people were chilling in the TARDIS for like 900 years and stuff.
What?
Weren't they going to do a storyline where they're like, oh, like there's parts of the TARDIS where like people were just in there? Because if you think about it, right?
I hope not.
No, wait. I'm going to tell you what.
What is it like?
Summer holiday.
Is it like a homeless shelter for the time?
No. You have the mini-sode where an angel was in the TARDIS, technically. Just left in there, in the TARDIS, an angel. Just chilling in the TARDIS. An Ood was chilling in the TARDIS. The Dream Lord's in the TARDIS somewhere.
Was the Ood on the loo?
That was the best day ever, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, even playing with the idea, I mean, the TARDIS, you can literally like put like a world in the TARDIS, and they really haven't even touched upon the surface of how vast and expansive the TARDIS can be.
Right.
Because they only show what sections of the TARDIS.
I always thought it would be cool. Like, I mean, I know they did this in Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, but I try to forget about that as much as I can.
I have a problem with the TARDIS trying to kill the Doctor.
I always thought it would be cool. Yeah, it's got.
What, Connor?
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, yeah.
I always thought it would be cool if, like, you know how they always say, like, the doors of the TARDIS are unbreachable and nothing can get in unless the Doctor wants them to. I always thought it would be cool if somehow something got into the TARDIS, like they somehow got in. They explain that somehow. And like the Doctor and Clara and maybe a few other characters have to retreat into like the other layers of the TARDIS, and they're like getting chased throughout it and whatnot. Like I said, I know they did that in Journey to the Center of the TARDIS, but I think this could be done better. Like this could be like a two-part.
But technically,
they're just trying to get away.
But technically, something's in the TARDIS. The Force entity that pushed Matt Smith out of the TARDIS for the lodger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the voice in the TARDIS. There's something in the freaking TARDIS still.
Well, yeah.
Silent.
But it blew up, so it's like.
And it was trying to prevent Captain Jack as well, because it went to the ends of the earth to get rid of him too.
What if it was the creature that killed all the Time Lords when he went out the universe and landed on that planet on the.
Oh, House or whatever the friggin' name is.
What if there's like a little bit of him left?
He's dead now. He's gone. He got eradicated from the TARDIS.
Yeah.
But didn't they get rid of the thing in Hobbit?
Yeah, but technically the Dream Lord's still in the TARDIS.
Yeah.
But I mean,
well, the Dream Lord's a part of the Doctor.
Yeah. No, he's kind of in the TARDIS, not technically part of the Doctor. He's just there in the TARDIS.
So what if we had like a Dream Lord Watcher sort of fight when Capaldi regenerates?
I'd like to know how the Dream Lord had the TARDIS in thingy last Christmas, considering that it was actually in space, probably.
Yeah, why is he in the lava pit constantly, just sleeping?
Because some shitty Stephen Moffat thing. He's probably going to start claiming that Missy was a lie, and that actually never happened, and it was just the Doctor's wet dream or whatever.
That.
Or by a far more dominating female.
With one of those off-cooked, not finish anything. I
actually
combination of the Ronnie and the Master.
I actually thought that like basically all the evil Time Lords are chilling in space, and Gallifrey's just screwed. Like, you got probably the Celestial Toymaker, you got probably, like, Meddling Monk, all these people connected with Missy, and they're just with the Ronnie, they're all just chilling around, and it's like their own little superhero team, like Sinister Six in a way, just out there.
That actually, like, that is interesting. I was thinking, like, what if Missy really is like a combination of, like, the Master and the Ronnie? That she's not actually the Master. She's taken on the moniker of, like, between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Corvarian's the Ronnie.
Kind of like the War Doctor.
I still think Corvarian's the Ronnie.
Yeah, because I think the Master and the Ronnie hooked up, and maybe Missy's like their.
No, I don't think that happened. But
yeah, that would be too outrageous, right?
No, because they don't like each other.
Yeah, having a child and
You crossed the line there, Mike. What are you doing?
I know, damn.
Yeah. They produced the Time Child. Okay.
like that would never happen.
Lucy Saxon was pregnant. She gave
All
up
of this other shit, but that's crazy.
Lucy Saxon was pregnant, and she gave up the baby.
Clara Saxton. Clara Oswald Saxton. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Rory Williams that was technically, but
I thought Rory would be like the Master's son or something, but
that's what I thought.
that never did.
Oh my God! Are we just thinking about like what the worst possible couple / son daughter whatever could be?
No, that would fall us back to we're all offsprings of Adric, but that's.
Well,
Yeah.
We're all after it, technically.
well, you know what? It's always like on the internet. Whenever there's a new character, nobody knows who they are. It's always either the Doctor's daughter, River's Song, or the Devil. So you know.
Yeah.
I've seen fake gods. All that. Okay.
Yeah. What if Mel and Candyman hooked up?
Actually, I thought they were going to rebuild the Candyman to tell you the
I
truth.
wish they would. I like the Candyman.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought the guy was just thinking about it, you know. Happiness Control.
He's doing all them Final Destination now, ain't he?
Happiness Control. I thought he was going to do it. Yeah.
Are they ever going to show Incarnation of Death on Final Destination? It's always like random things. Like show some hands at work.
I don't know.
Well,
I
I think
want to see a Time Lord other than the Ronnie and the Master.
Well, right now with Doctor Who, the greatest mystery that's baffling all of us is what is up with the damn plaid trousers? What is that all about?
I actually think that the greatest mystery was why was Matt Smith cast?
Oh, controversy.
I love the Matt Smith.
Uh-oh.
Glory.
Well, wasn't he cast because he was going out with Billy Piper at one point, and that's why they were on...
They were in a TV show together. I don't know about going out.
I thought they were going out.
That's called networking.
No,
I don't know if you call what they were doing going out, but you know.
No, I agree with the plaid trousers thing though, but I like them.
I like Smith. I think that like as we were discussing, I think off air a little while ago in between casts that Smith, unlike Tennant, I think Smith suffered from some writing in some of those episodes because like I like a lot of Smith's episodes, but there are some that are they're not like they don't suck, but they're not like fantastic either. They're just kind of like.
But what happened was just like with Tom Baker's doctor, the doctor that followed behind him. You know, the doctor that left had a gigantic fan base, and people were just gonna like give the next doctor a chance because David Tennant. It was like the golden.
Yeah, I don't really buy that. I don't really buy that because I think that like Smith. It's tough because I think Smith had so much more, even more potential than what ended up shaking out with the writing during his era. And I don't think it was down to, because, I mean, look, you know, actors are actors. They were only as good as the writing of the character, you know, because these people don't even know what the fuck to act without knowing their motivations and knowing the scenarios they're in and the writing. I mean, the writers make or break shows.
Yeah.
Just like directors, you can have a perfect director for whatever reason. the script may say this, and the producer or director may go, "Oh, let's throw this in, which has nothing whatsoever to do with what was on paper in the first place," and it just totally mangles and mucks it up. And it's true. You'd have the best actors in the world, but when you got writers who want to dictate how everything goes,
you got shoddy writing.
They don't want to cure
let's you can't turn a turd into a diamond. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, let's think about this. What if we didn't have the first half of Tom Baker's era of the Doctor, and we just had the John Nathan Turner version of what happened? Then the Doctor number 4 would be relegated like Colin Baker has been. He would be relegated to like poor writing, and he would be one of the lesser Doctors. So see, the writers make the fucking
true.
Although John Nathan Turner wasn't a writer, because if he was a writer, then fucking hell.
If Matt Smith stayed one more year, if he stayed one more year, that would have been good. Matt Smith.
David Tennant would have stayed one more year.
Yeah, I know. Sucks.
I mean, it comes down to the writing. I mean, you could put Capaldi. I could see Capaldi in Tom Baker's second season in all of those episodes. Pyramids of Mars, Android Invasion, all those episodes. I could see Capaldi playing that character.
Yeah.
Spearhead. Or Spearhead.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, exactly. But I can't see Tom Baker playing like some of Matt Smith's episodes. It'd be like okay.
Yeah, Costello.
I remember when they had something on YouTube where they all taking turns at doing the speech at the Pandorica open speech.
Oh, I hate when they do shit like that. That pisses me off.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
That pisses me off when they do stuff like that.
Totally rewrote Rory too, because at first he was supposed to be an Auton, and then he's supposed to be human, and then he's supposed to be an Auton again, or human-ish.
They threw away so many things with Rory because I thought the purpose of the name badge in season 5 being the wrong year, and then him was talking past tense in the God complex, that meant something up. That's why he dropped them off, really. Because he saw something with Rory. And they just never continue with that. They just leave it, done.
And then they had the exact same dialogue when, like, David Tennant, when he, like, seen the werewolf thing. Then they had, like, some monster creature in Matt Smith's era. They almost said the same speech, word for word.
Well, and everybody had a room but Rory. In the God complex.
Yep.
Wait, what did you mean by that? That he was speaking in past tense? Like what
Yeah,
part
something happened in the God complex where he was talking like he relived his life already, and the Doctor picked up on it. And he said, "Why?"
Picked up on it. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "What?"
Why are you saying it like as if it's?
Like, I didn't say it that way. And he's like, "Yeah, you did."
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I guess it doesn't matter now.
Rory remembered all the times he died.
Yeah.
Or every time there was a red, why is there a red balloon in how many episodes?
How many times did Rory die, by the way? What's the official count on that? 3?
Amy's Choice, Black Spot.
In the forest, what, the forest of the dead or something?
Oh, the Hungry Earth? Yeah.
Yep.
So 3.
Yep.
You said Amy's Choice, yeah.
4, Angels Take Manhattan, technically jumped off the probably about 4 or 5 times.
By the way, I've been watching Horror of Bang Rock. Tom Baker. Great
Actually,
episode.
he died as an old man. He actually died twice in Angels Take Manhattan, or 3 times.
3 times. So
6 times. Yeah, he died 3 times.
Old age jumping and them taking him away at the end.
Yeah.
Wow, Moffat was really on his "I'm gonna kill Rory" grind in that episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they killed Rory again.
I love Rory. He's great.
Oh my God, they killed Rory. You bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he brings back Strax when he kills him off, and a good man goes to war.
Strax, what a potato head.
Yeah. Here's the only episode that the Doctor never did save anybody when the dinosaurs thing was on the ship.
And then they didn't explain how they brought Strax back, really, because there was supposed to be a subplot about that.
I think the only reason why Moffat brought him back was because of the fan reaction.
No, but there was supposed to be a plot device for that because they mentioned little things, and then it turns it into a mini episode, which was terrible. Like, just they were supposed to allude, oh my God, who brought Strax back? What happened? Was it River? Was it? You know, and they didn't really. It was nothing. It was like, oh, he just didn't die. He passed out, which is like stupid.
Which a Centaurian wouldn't allow.
Look, Strax, she just stabbed you in the rib. Get up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I wish when they went in the doctor's timeline, they would have shown him like showing what his parents look like.
Yeah, that annoyed me when they did that. Yeah, she did not tell him what TARDIS to choose. That's bullshit too.
A baby Strax. That would be fun.
They've kind of ruined the Sontarans with Strax, I think. I'm not saying he's an absolutely terrible character because I like Strax, but the fact that they've made a good Sontaran, it just doesn't make sense.
I like when the Sontarans were badass in Pandora.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, and Sontarans stratagem and stuff, but you know this.
Well, he also played two Sontarans on the Time of the Doctor.
The clone Martha Jones and stuff. That was kind of freaky.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd like to ask actually James, and I'd like to ask Scott a question individually here.
Okay.
Because I don't think me personally, I've never heard a concise answer to this from either of these guys. What do you think about a woman doctor?
Don't want it. I literally.
Me neither. We already got a woman. We already got a woman as master.
And it's going to come back saying, "Oh, he's really using his to win an argument," and we all know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
there'll be a lot of backlash from that.
The series is going to bomb, and people are going to say, "Well, it's not because the actress sucked; it's because they got a woman." To this day, it works if he's got a female villain. It works if he's got a female companion. But if they do the Doctor as a female, it's going to totally muck up the series.
I like to see one thing they have never done. I like to see a black doctor. Not because I'm black.
I see nothing wrong.
Yeah. Different.
But a woman doctor, it's just going to muck it up. Because he does. The Doctor always uses his wits to get himself out of problems, and they're going to say, well, he used his tits instead of his wits.
Yeah. He lost the sonic screwdriver somewhere.
Use your wit. Not your tit.
That's a good... Yeah, I'm going to get a T-shirt with Doctor on it. So
it'll be Dr. Boobs too. It'll be Dr. Boobs too.
That's Dr. Boobs. Dr. Boobs.
That's like almost like the line like porch dick. That's saying.
All right, Walking Dead. All right, Walking Dead.
No, I mean that was catchy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
Wow. All right, by the way, do you want to lay down bets that I'm going to pick back up on that show when it comes back?
I'd like to put that on absolutely not.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, and
fuck that shit.
In the episode End of Time, so was that woman the Doctor's mother or what?
Yeah, she was the Doctor's mother.
How do we know that? How do we know that?
Wait.
Exactly. They never
confirmed it.
I'm sorry. Who confirmed it?
Russell T Davies.
Yes, confirmed it. Well, hold on though. Here's the big thing. He was going to call her the Doctor's mother. There's some mysterious person that is above him that was able to call the shot and say, no, you can't call him the Doctor's mother. Someone stepped in that was allowed to control the situation.
Well, what's that? Where did that information come from?
Because that's what happened. He was going to call the Doctor's mother.
She's just called a woman in the episode.
Yeah, but somebody stepped in and said you couldn't do that.
And I'm saying, what's that based on? How did you get that information?
Because that's what it was said. That I don't know who was someone from that was on one of the news things that they were saying that, and I saw an interview with him talking that he was just not allowed to do that.
Well, that's alleged then. I mean, nobody actually came out and said, well, the powers that be said that blah blah blah. I mean that
Can I ask, was the writer of the article that you read a certain Eddie McGugan?
No, I don't.
Because Eddie McGugan would make crap to make
hope not.
any situation amazing possible. Seriously, that guy is such a saddo.
Actually, I'll come forward. I was the person that nixed that. I said no. That's
You know
not
what I wonder? I wonder if the Sisterhood of Karn never stepped in and he was able to regenerate like regularly, what that incarnation would have been.
So who? What? The doctor.
Sisterhood of Karn.
Poor doctor. If
The
the
Night of the Doctor. Night of the
the
Doctor.
war doctor.
That was a short snippet. One shot.
I
Yeah,
thought-
Joe was saying. Joe was saying he wondered what would happen if the Sisterhood of Karn did not step in.
Like, in other words, if he didn't have to do anything with he was died and they had to bring him back and he didn't drink no serum, if the 8th Doctor was going to regenerate normally,
Then he
what-
would have regenerated when the War Doctor regenerated. Probably.
No. My point is,
They
what
forced-
would he look like without the drink?
Oh,
Like, if he just regenerated regularly.
I don't know.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been Christopher
It wouldn't,
Eccleston.
it wouldn't have been Christopher Eccleston.
He
no.
would have regenerated into Stephen Moffat.
Oh,
God.
Hell. No. Oh, no. Jesus, no.
Well, then thank God for the Sisters of Karn, then.
Exactly.
That or Pee Wee Herman.
Sean Nathan.
It would have probably looked like it did in Curse of Fatal Death.
You know what the funny thing is? Maybe the Sisterhood of Karn helped the Master regenerate, and they're like, oh yeah, this is a warrior thing. Drink
Well-
that. She turns into
That's a girl.
No, they were like, what do you want? Do you want to be male or female? Do you want to be like, I want to be a woman.
Yeah.
Give me that one.
When they was having the Time War and everything, the Time Lords bought the Master back, to be their warrior. So he got his TARDIS, went back in at the end of
I've
time,
never
and
seen his
used
TARDIS
that
in the new
fog
series.
watch.
So.
It would be
Fog watch.
funny. It would be funny if the Doctor actually asked Missy, "Did it hurt?" Meaning that when whoever it was cut off John Sim's penis.
What the hell? What the hell?
Oh my God!
Oh, geez.
If the power
This is your personal eliminator.
that would have made my series.
Oh my God! Okay.
You know what I think? You know what I think? You know what I think you're gonna find out. I think you're gonna find out that John Sim regenerated into another guy who wasn't missing.
Oh, so you think
the
Miss is a
red
red herring?
I think you're gonna see
You think Miss
John
is a red
Sim.
herring?
No, I think you're gonna see the two regeneration with John Sim, but then you're gonna expect to see Missy, and it's not gonna be. And then you're gonna think, well, what does that mean? Is she a later regeneration?
No, he's going to
What's that?
regenerate into Clara.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
you've got to love Missy.
I think they would have found out by now.
What is this bombshell that we're gonna have in the finale that we're not gonna believe? Like, what the hell is that gonna be?
I have some ideas, but I'm not. I haven't arranged them on my head yet.
The Doctor Who's a prequel series to The Walking Dead.
Or Doctor Who is the prequel to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Part 3.
I don't even
Those are
want
his nephews.
actually. 'Cause I'd just rather it be a surprise, to be honest.
Well, the Daleks are gonna appear, right?
If they're going to do something like that, the best way to do it is as a big surprise. I've always thought is you have a Dalek sitting there. It's dead, and then as they walk past and they get out of earshot, you hear this TARDIS sound, and that Dalek disappears. So all this time, it was either a Ronnie or Missy plotline.
Whoa.
Or it could be Romana.
All the time,
What if Clara's
pull the
Romana's
string.
daughter?
Or the Valiant.
What if Clara's Romana's daughter, though?
What?
We ain't seen Romana in a long, long time. I'm tired
What
of it.
happened to the Clara Time Lord that was in
Yeah.
I actually know what the penultimate episode will be, the cliffhangers of the penultimate episode. It will be, and credit to Joe Max here, that Clara is revealed to be Mother Nature.
The
Why,
leaf.
wait a minute, why?
The damn
Why?
leaf.
Because she blows or something? Why? Is that why she's Mother Nature? Because she blows? What?
Well, she did come from a leaf.
Yeah.
No. I like that.
Mother,
She
You
got a
also
green
noticed,
thumb.
too, that Clara's mother saved her father from getting run over, yet Danny Pink got run over.
Oh, we see who loves who more.
Kind of ironic, ain't it?
You know, it's crazy how that car kept going around trying to hit Pete Tyler, and it finally hit, like,
finally
same
got
car, same car.
Same car, I see him driving.
Guy behind the
But
wheel.
that is the same car, though. That's the sad thing.
Or
Yeah.
could it be like turn left part 2?
Wheel.
Turn left part 2. Never
I
know
think
why.
Stephen Moffat needs to stop watching Back to the Future.
That's actually a good point. I never thought it must have been hard for that stunt driver just driving around that same area for like 45 minutes waiting for.
Okay, back in Doctor Who. Wait a minute. Is this the Back to the Future? No, that's As the World Turns.
Yep.
Since we have like a diverse group of people here on the panel, I wouldn't mind picking their minds between like Chris and James and Gloria and Scott, like because Joe and Connor and I have already weighed in on this. But what do you think about a connection, as we talked about earlier, between the Watcher and the Curator?
I could see that.
Oh yeah. He
see
could be like the White Guardian. He could be like, be a White Guardian, something like that. We already got the Black Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, him being
I could see
maybe
the
earlier
Celestial
version
Toymaker make it back into
before you see Baker's curator was him before he assisted his fifth self.
Yeah, because like the thing that we were talking about between Connor and Joe and I was why did it take the Watcher to show up at that one particular time? And I'm just talking about the TV series, not like Big Finish or the books.
Yeah.
What was so important about the fact of the Fourth Doctor that would warrant the Watcher showing up? Because we've never had him referenced, really.
Nope.
And we've never seen him have to step in for any particular reason. So we're trying to kind of use that podcast to place the importance of what the Watcher would be in the overall context of the whole franchise.
That would have had to been the curator to help jumpstart the fifth, and so everything else would come about.
Yeah,
I guess the Fourth Doctor needed some jumper cables or something to get that regeneration going. I thought that's why the
that's
White
what I'm
Guardian
saying.
came.
Because wouldn't the Fourth Doctor have regenerated anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
So why did the Watcher need to be there? Why couldn't he have shown up at like the Seventh Doctor?
And then we have
here we go.
And then we have this character, the Curator. Sorry, Gloria, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've always thought that the Watcher is like a future incarnation of him coming back into the past and kind of merging with himself.
And that caused a paradox, though.
But the thing is, unlike every other version of the Doctor, this was more of an entity. It was a luminescent sort of entity, not an actual individual. It was more of more of an angelic sort of.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Last self, his last incarnation.
And that's what we were talking about, Gloria. Was we were trying to figure out, like, is the Watcher is this sort of like featureless sort of character? Is this like what the actual essence of the Doctor is himself?
Or essence of a Time Lord themselves.
Yes, kind of like according to religious belief, like people die, they become angelic, something like that. But the Time Lord version of that.
Well, didn't the Curator say something to Matt Smith along the lines of like, you'll even be revisiting a few old ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
maybe he literally meant like you're gonna revisit them.
Some familiar favorites is what he said. If I'm not
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he literally meant you're gonna go back and go help those or re-become them or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. Was and that's what leads me to believe that there's a direct connection between the Watcher and the Curator.
Yeah.
It says right here, I'm looking it up now. It says right here, the Watcher is a manifestation of the Doctor who appeared during the events that led up to the regeneration of the fourth incarnation into his fifth self. That's all it says.
I
It's a
think we also
manifestation that the Doctor
agreed
made.
that when Tom Baker said to Matt Smith that you could go back and revisit old familiar faces, that we kind of agreed that it might not actually just be the Doctor, but because obviously Capaldi had been in Fires of Pompeii, it could be like actual characters.
Literally.
Of the
Yeah,
Doctor.
but the Doctor got like what 4 different incarnations. You got the Watcher, you got the Valyard, you got the Metacrisis Doctor, and you got the Dream Lord. They all manifestations of the Doctor.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. For actually the whole group, actually.
Yeah.
Before the Watcher, did the Doctor get sick during regeneration?
He did. Third Doctor, Pirates, the Pirate Planet, and Cho-Chi, or I can't remember who the name of the timer is up to head, helped him regenerate. But he said he was going to, due to what happened, his mind was going to be a bit scrambled, and that's how.
No, but it wasn't like sick, as in like.
No.
Just like Peter Davison sick.
No, it's just like radiation poisoning from.
But ever since the Watcher merged, Peter Davison had to create the Zero Room. Colin Baker was so erratic they choked Perry. Even Sylvester McCoy was like amnesiac. And even the 8th Doctor was sick. David Tennant was like sick as a dog in the bed. Yeah. And Matt Smith was like body rejecting it.
Yeah.
So is that due to the Watcher merging with him?
Matt Smith his whole first episode just spitting everywhere, which was vile.
I'm just curious
if anyone has seen that scene at the end of time where he
I love that. When he did that, I'm like, I love this. That he just spit while it started.
What?
I thought that was fantastic.
I always wondered what possessed him to do that.
I thought that was fantastic.
Joe's been on the podcast and said he thought he was spitting his teeth out, right?
I thought he spit his teeth out because didn't they reference that with Amy or something like gonna spit another tooth out or something?
It looked like a fucking soccer ball.
It looked like he spit. It looked like he spit his tooth out.
And he looks like he actually purposefully stopped everything that was going on and turned his head and just coughed up a loogie. Just went.
I love that.
Really,
I love that scene though. I love.
But I mean, the thing with the Watcher that we talked about between the three of us, Joe, Connor, and I, on the Watcher Curator debate. The interesting thing is, the Watcher shows up to help Dr. 4 go into 5. And then we have 5 regenerate into 6, who's Colin Baker, obviously, but he's taken on the appearance of a character that was earlier in that era, which is the Guard, And then we have Capaldi, who, looks like this person from Fires of Pompeii. And then we have this...
Torchwood.
And then we have this God, you threw me off there for a second, James. Damn, I forgot what I was going to say now.
You remember it.
Yeah, it's that old age is catching up to me now. I hit the 4-0, so I'm kind of like, all of a sudden now I'm getting...
Yeah, I'm 48 now, man.
I know, I'm kidding.
48.
But the thing is, it's interesting that we have these things going on, and they're tied to the 4th Doctor, and then when the 4th Doctor's regeneration, and then the 5th Doctor's regeneration into the 6th, and then he's got this erratic regeneration where he's trying to choke Perry, and the thing with the Watcher's like this luminescent sort of entity, and when the Doctor regenerates, what do we see? We see the same sort of effect, that sort of blurry sort of thing going on. And then, what are the two things we always see with every regeneration? The blurriness where they kind of blur the features. And we also see, what do we see? We see a bright light, a blinding white light, which is what the Watcher had around him. So we were trying to figure out if the Watcher was actually a part of the Doctor that is present in every regeneration, and he made himself manifest to help the transition between the 4th to 5th Doctor, but in actuality, the Watcher is the essence of who the Doctor is. We actually saw that character for what he is, which is the very last version of the Doctor. Yeah.
Exactly. So the Watcher himself has come back in time in order to keep the Doctor's essence and or to continue on.
Yeah, because like Joe stated, like we saw the Master when the Master before he went to Traken and was able to actually get that extra lifespan, he was decrepit. He was like falling apart, and like Joe pointed out, like the Master was a very like evil influence, bad sort of character. So he was actually representing that in his physical form of just falling apart, being decrepit, being the skeletal sort of figure of death, like the Grim Reaper. And then like this final version of the Doctor, we have this luminescent, angelic sort of being, so
like a time god or something.
Well, it's it's definitely got
like a Zen or pure peace, one that's completely comfortable with himself. Where it's just
we have the time honored white versus or light versus dark, white versus not white, all that kind of stuff. As far as like the Master, we got this decrepit, it looks like a piece of black bacon that's been cooked like in this decrepit state, and then we got like this angelic-looking, luminescent Watcher that's got all this vitality. And
well, the Master and the Doctor are like polar opposites. And, you got your yin and you got your yang. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Love and war.
And here's another thing, okay?
Just don't say love and monsters.
The Valyard, right? The matrix of Gallifrey is technically the Nethersphere.
Oh my God, the Nethersphere, yeah.
No, the Valyard has the key. He's the key to the Matrix. He survived at the end of Trial of the Time Lord. He's in charge of the Matrix of Gallifrey. That's technically the Nethersphere.
I think that the Doctor's the Nethersphere.
Well, it could have been his last Christmas. You never know.
Or who was it that was thinking maybe the Gallifrey's inside the Doctor?
Not me. Somebody came up with that theory.
My God. I'm still waiting for them to bring back Shada.
Shada.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, sorry. Shada!
Oh, my God.
Or what about the Eye of Harmony?
What's that?
Well, the Eye of Harmony is what James was talking about.
Yep.
Now, was that what was in the TARDIS in Parting of the Ways?
Journey
Well,
it was in the TV movie as well.
Well, see, that's something we talked about, James, was between like Joe and Connor and I on that podcast. Rose could have seen a like sliver of what the next Doctor was going to be, and that influenced his regeneration. His appearance was what Joe was contending when she actually absorbed the heart of the TARDIS, and like that and again we have another luminescent, sort of like vibrant light going on with that in the TARDIS, just like the Watcher.
Yeah.
And
she brought Captain Jack back from the dead. Now he's immortal.
And he also gave birth.
Yeah.
So where's the baby?
Where's the baby? Yeah. I mean,
when he became the face of Boo?
Lisa Bo was pregnant.
Wood.
What is that, Scott? Curse of Fatal Death.
I have that over there somewhere.
I do like that.
But here's the thing. Where is the baby?
He has a kid in Torchwood, but
The
that's
baby?
not the same one.
The
Yeah,
baby?
and Legopocalypse started all this.
Megapolis?
Yeah, it started all this.
So Jack keeps his kid at the Torchwood daycare facility, is what you're saying?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So Legopolis and School Union is kind of similar, right?
Yeah.
Because the mathematicians are in the School Union.
Well, Joe pointed out also that the Master, by the way, was he was I forget his character, but he was kind of like the architect for Castrovalva.
Yep.
Similarly to the curator that the Fourth Doctor was in the 50th anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he kidnapped Patrick to use that block matrix and try to trap the Doctor inside Castrovalva. But everything started breaking down. Oh, God. I can feel my head swell.
I know.
I mean, Lillard.
Well, the thing is, like, each and every one of us, like, if we had a homework assignment, we could actually make all these things fit into, like, a overall puzzle, and we could come back and share it, and all of it would probably make sense. So, I mean, you could pretty much, like, just construct your own version of
you could write basically a whole book on it.
Check this out. Think about it now. Clara. The last time we had a Clara character was in the Celestial Toymaker. Y'all remember Clara the Clown?
Oh
No.
my God.
Clara
Well,
the Clown.
actually, look at Curse of Fenric. There was a list of all the future companions on that list of the daughters of whatever it was, Martha, Clara, Sarah, in Curse of Fenric episode, Donna, I think. They were all like the daughters of some whatever, and they were all the companions, future companions of the Doctor.
Huh. I wasn't aware of that.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Also, how about this? The episode called Hide
Yeah.
is basically Listen.
It's the same concepts, but...
No, it's actually exactly the same concept because there was a time traveler that was lost, and it turned out that the Warners were the related to that person. Same thing like Orson Pink or Augustus Pink, whatever he was.
That was only a small part of it, though.
It's just he keeps stealing from his own, like from the same thing.
And then the knocking.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of knocking. From what I can remember.
Actually, if you think about it, Deep Breath and Robot of Sherwood are also the same. They're kind of like the same plot because it's robots that are finding the promised land in both episodes.
It's just lazy writing right there.
So what was the episode, the classic episode of this season that we just had?
I know it won last Christmas.
Mommy on the Orient Express. I love that.
Okay.
Mommy on the Orient Express, Flatline, and Dark Water.
I like Dark Water a lot.
I also like Listen and...
I like Listen as well. Yeah.
Mummy is the one which I like the most.
Which one, Scott? Mummy?
Yeah.
So Mummy's the overall favorite right now.
I like
Exactly.
Just the whole concept that the person who's dying is the only one who can see it.
That is kind of...
It's
That's
just,
kinda creepy.
it puts the fear to everybody, and the fact that if you're ailing, that's what comes for you at the end.
Well, it's that immediacy of death and that non-connectivity to the people around you who are actually there, but they're not having to go through the process of death while you are, and you're actually around them. So yeah,
You're
that is
doing everything to fight death.
I think that Flatline is just brilliantly inventive, though. It's fantastic because it's so inventive.
Especially when he had to use his fingers to move the TARDIS off the track. That was funny.
That was fun. Yeah.
No, but I mean, just the whole idea of playing with the 2D dimension and stuff.
And it's funny how that little box in Flatline resembled the Pandorica.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I looked at that and thought, they're using the Pandorica as a mini TARDIS.
And it's what do you call it? when it's in that setting or whatever.
Yeah, you know what? That was another thing I didn't understand. The Pandorica, right? There's a signal that's sent out to everybody,
In the universe.
right?
Yeah.
To come to the Pandorica, right?
Same
Yeah.
thing with River,
Okay.
River whatever.
Same thing with River Song.
And
Sent
whatever.
the signal out to the whole entire universe, right?
Yeah,
Same
come save
thing.
the doctor.
Same thing like Translator. Why does he keep repeating the same crap?
Because having everybody around makes Moffat happy.
Wow.
He's the Steven Spielberg, he's the George Lucas of Doctor Who.
And that's the only episode you ever see all the Doctor Who's villains team up to try to stop the doctor, pretty much.
Why ain't the trickster in any of the
He
episodes?
just likes to have an audience to watch him when he tells.
Well, wait, how come other reincarnations of the Doctor didn't show up to help?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. They probably got it, but they knew not to go. Or whatever.
Yeah, like you would think, like in an emergency situation, that
Yeah.
much like that, they would show up, or somebody would, right?
Yeah.
Well, what about the plot point that the 11th Doctor told the Ganger? Like, in other words, he'll be back one day or something like that.
Yeah.
Or what about the Meta Crisis Doctor? What if he becomes a Valyard?
I would love it if he could regenerate into a bearded Matt Smith, because when Matt Smith had a beard, he was a badass. Like, he was a dick.
I think that when Rose dies in that parallel universe, he might turn into the Valyard.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Wait, what was it again?
Yeah, when Rose Tyler dies in that universe, he'll become the Valyard. So
Yeah,
snap.
but problem is too though, the Meta Crisis Doctor ages just like a human being, so they both might die old age. You never know. 'Cause he has no regenerations.
Unless
Yeah.
she
He's
gets
half
killed
human.
by something in that universe.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
accident. Younger. And she was the only thing keeping him sane in that mini crisis form. So
And the doctor gave him a TARDIS seed or something to grow him a new TARDIS, whatever. He gave him something.
to grow one, yeah.
Why don't we have a race that just is more powerful than the Daleks that are going after them?
Like
You know.
somebody equally as powerful as the Time Lords.
Remember when you had in Voyager Species 8472,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were like, "Oh my God, they're worse than the Borg," and like whatever, and they were like the badass and
the
stuff.
Borg.
Yeah, and he lives
So-
in a
so
liquid
why do we
universe.
have, like, a
They got all pissy because they came up with a cure to prevent the.
Right. Why don't we have a race that just decides to screw with the Daleks, and it's just like a badass.
There's gonna be one. Oh no, badass. No, never mind.
Meaning they become like the top villain.
Funny, you never see the Thals anymore either.
Yes.
The Thals are never spoke of in the new series.
Nope. I'm tired of saying Daleks. Tired of saying.
So why is everybody a good guy too all of a sudden? Like why the Ice Warriors supposed to be finished off as good guys, or Satarans are good guys, or Madame Fastra's people are good guys? Like there's not gonna be any bad guys anymore.
Well, you know why?
Handles.
Because they keep getting their butt kicked by the doctor. That's why. I guess it's
Still,
rather join them than get beat
well,
again.
Ice Warriors started off being villains in the second Doctor series,
And now they're good guys because
and then come the third Doctor, they were bad guys. They were good guys, but with rogue groups. And you're right. Now in
Cold War, they said that they're around and they're good guys.
Let's have some villains, some old villains that stay, because it's like they want to. It's almost like they're trying to write off the old villains, and that's just an easy way of writing off the old villains.
Well, I think they ruined the Weeping Angels by putting them in Time of the Doctor.
We still have the Autons.
They could bring them back too.
The Nestine
they've been used in how long?
I want the Autons to return so badly.
You know who needs to come back?
Candyman.
Omega.
Yeah, that should have been.
Yeah, Omega.
That should have been, basically.
Because I think that could be, like, he could be a really badass main villain for a season or two.
Or it could be a tag team on the Doctor. Bring back Omega and Rassilon working together. About them two working together.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Rassilon spit on everybody again. That would be fantastic.
Sea Devils.
Rassilon spit on everyone.
Yeah, Rassilon's always spitting.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think you'll find that that's Matt Smith, but
I like that too.
I just can't get over how disgusting that is.
I love it. Come on.
Like,
Custard, okay.
That was great.
It's just bad manners, bad hygiene.
Ah, come on.
He'd have the health and safety thing on him. The germ busters, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe we could see the Doctor have to team up with the Daleks against, like, Omega.
Oh, wait, I got a question for Mike D.
All right.
Tell me...
Do I have to spit?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. When you saw the Fifth Doctor rip apart the scarf like that in Castrovalva, tell me, did you get pissed off?
No.
You didn't get pissed off that he ripped the scarf to like shreds? And
No, I thought it was funny. It's like the the Capaldi with the bow tie thing, stuff like that. If he just were to be like, who wears this crap,
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about Matt Smith and David.
Poor Oz.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a.
Osgood needs to come back.
Certainly goodbye to the Doctor, the old Doctor.
That to answer your question, that's kind of like looking back on your old high school yearbook photos and going, God, I used to wear that. Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And will the Doctor ever go ginger? Ever have red hair?
No, he won't.
Yeah, it will do.
Yeah, he'll be a ginger woman.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Who do you think was on Gilligan's Island? That's the Doctor.
So to satisfy Moffat's needs, just cast Karen Gillan as the Doctor.
I was just going to say that.
You ever think you've seen a face before, but you just don't know who it is?
Yeah.
And we would be all done with the show at that point.
Yeah, she arrives at a house with
That would be when Moffat
and has to destroy it.
That would be when Moffat decides that resurrection can happen, and he would resurrect John Nathan Turner.
God.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah. The Doctor's going to start wearing. The Doctor's going to start wearing those like Hawaiian shirts with the gold chain, with the collar flapped out, with the big crow and stuff like John Nathan Turner.
Yeah. It opens, you can see the big old.
It wouldn't be called Doctor Who anymore. It wouldn't be called Doctor Who. It would be called Doctor Through.
Doctor Through, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're through with it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to close.
Sung by One Direction.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Thank God that was a false.
Yeah, that was an April Fool's, which is good.
All right.
Yeah.
It's 3:05 in the morning, which means I got to get up in 3 hours. So.
But that also means we had a great cast tonight.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
Hats off to everybody here. Fantastic episode. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We got to do more of these. But
We must
great
have gone for at
debates.
least 3 hours.
And see, this ought to show you we were actually going to have a short episode,
We
and
were
we embellished upon it quite a bit, and we had an excellent episode.
fantastic.
Exactly.
And I'm sure the views are going to be through the roof because it's great debate going into a lot of detail. So, fantastic. Great job, guys.
It is just to show that we all love watching Doctor Who.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, and right now, where are you going to get that? I mean, really, where are you going to get that? We covered quite a number of topics on this.
Yeah.
And I'm not familiar with any podcasts that are really going into that level of detail with things. So I think that was quite a good show. So people are in for a treat.
So well, that's one of the reasons, because it's like one person says something which causes the other person to think, like, I know there's something up there, and then finally somebody says, oh yeah.
Chain reaction. Yeah. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now.